I have original ideas. I have concepts. I'm worth millions.
You know, anything to work with, to do something with Scott finally, you know, because that was one of my dreams since I started acting, was to do something with Scott.
Your fucking motivation is that, you need to get this movie done, Quit pissing me off.
I think I did a good job in it. I think that what I've seen of the acting, it might get me some more work.
And I don't really give a fuck how you portray me or what people think of me. I just want to finish my fucking film.
Working for Scott was, in one word, a nightmare.
How did you come up with it?
I was working as an assistant director about 4 years ago. After working on that film and seeing how stupid some of the people were, and some of the producers, and the writing was bad, and the acting was bad, and the casting was bad, I was just flabbergasted, and I said to myself, if these dumb hicks can make a movie, so can I.
In this project, he is showing all of his talents. His talents as an actor, his talents as a director, his talents as a producer.
A lot of people cautioned me ahead of time saying, do you really want to get involved in this?
I think he is an extremely creative person. He knows what he wants.
He just told me that he had a lot of experience and that this was going to be big, huge.
Scott's magical quality is the fact that he can, I'm gonna make you a star, baby.
I happened to be at the Delaware Playhouse because of an interest in a girl, actually. I'm not an actor. I'm a disc jockey. My audition consisted of a very short read, probably 3 lines. I read it very sarcastically. I think that most of me getting the part was because he was looking for a certain look.
Very good. Stay there. Step out. Mark?
He's like, well, we're going to be shooting on weekends. Well, at the time, I was only working weekends, so it was a little odd that he still wanted me to be in this movie when I told him that I worked the times that he was shooting. But, I thought, this guy has got a dream behind this film. Is that what you want, basically?
Yes. Let's keep going with the rehearsal. Just keep going with the rehearsal. You're going to have to probably go around this way. In other words, hold on.
He told me that the project was going to be a cult classic.
I mean, this whole thing is making a joke about the gangster movie genre and the mobsters and the cult. And if I really had some money, I could really do it right. But I think what people are going to be able to see is just the potential. Let's do this because time is running short. She's supposed to be in the Congo, but she's not going to be here and be available for the Congo. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. You guys need to be closer.
How's it going so far?
Pretty good. I've had to change a little bit of the way I wanted to shoot things because of people's availability and having to leave.
That night just went on incredibly long, and I believe Scott asked one of the actresses if she could make it back for another shoot, and at that point, you know, she just said no, she was done. This was it. This was supposed to be the last night. She wasn't coming back.
So that by the time we got up to the time when some of our people had to leave, we were damn near done. We were like half an hour, 45 minutes from wrapping the movie.
But the reason that the events went down the way they did was because of tolerance reaching the 0 level for many of us. And that was because of a lot of things that happened on the set that day, including him wanting us to shoot 10 hours straight, no breaks, and no food.
You've got to give those people a break, and you've got to laugh with them. And there were some times on the set that was, you know, very tense because Scott knew what he wanted. It was late in the day. It wasn't happening for whatever reason, you know, so then therefore, you know, we're going to get kind of mean with them.
We were just all ready to move on. It was done. We were tired of the broken promises and the hearsay, and we were just all ready to move on with our lives.
Yeah. Let's do one more take. Let's go. I have told my actors many times that we don't have a final scene. In other words, I shot a master shot and it was all rushed, and I know it wasn't very good. We shot on 2 different days. I had actresses that wanted to leave, wanted me to get their close-ups and stuff, and it's crap. And then we're going to have to jump cut to, fuck, I don't know yet. You know, I'm having to make this off the cut because I didn't know I'd be shooting all of this. You don't dictate to the director how he should shoot shit, because then you get shit. Wake the fuck up. Understand what's really going on here. You are just an actor.
Does Scott need to apologize? I don't think so. I honestly feel that he has tried to work with these people. He has had an incredible amount of patience. He has gone over and above what any other director would have done.
Arlene was brought on because of the availability she had, resources-wise, with the TRT Theater, another place for Scott to film. I solely believe that is why he brought her on, was so that he could gain access to TRT. But he brought her on, and she became the right-hand man, the person in charge of calling people. Well, not only was she brought on after the fact, but she had a very snide attitude, and, well, to be blunt, I just really didn't like her.
I will be Miss Congeniality. I will be professional. I will do my job. But it doesn't mean I have to like working with them.
We're supposed to do a photo shoot, publicity photos, and is going to have an impromptu production meeting with the new cast members, meeting the old cast members, and so I can give them, address them and address their concerns.
Scott had already been talking to me about shooting a second version, which I knew that, you know, there was just no way I could participate in that. And then when I saw the photo shoot where different people and different, like I said, folks were showing up, I just decided that, well, this ain't gonna work.
It's been frustrating when people don't show up and they've got a key role and a key part and a key scene, and people don't show up. It makes for a very difficult time. For those of us who make the effort, it's rather discouraging. But we go on, you know, that's the thing with the business. You just have to keep on going.
I'm totally comfortable with everything I've done in my performance and the effort I've given in order to get this production done, despite lots of problems with lots of different actors on a variety of issues. And I think that a lot of actors are not informed as to the difficulty that I've had and how difficult they've been in getting it done. But I think once I'm able to explain myself, they'll be able to understand better where we stand as a production, as a team. Okay. We worked on this project now about 20 Sundays and about 5 Saturdays over a period of about the last 10 months. We got a lot of really, really good footage. I've talked to people and shown some of the footage to some other competent producers, professional people that have worked in New York and LA and stuff, and they absolutely love the theme, the overall footage and stuff. We're 98% finished shooting the film. 98% shooting the film. when two of the actresses, the two from Oklahoma City, wanted their close-ups and to get gone because they were only going to give me another hour. So they're forcing me to abandon my game plan on my shooting schedule, jump around and shoot their close-ups and their footage so they could leave. They pretty much sealed the fate of our production to be fucked, where we couldn't get it done. We got that fucking close to the end, the 1-inch line, and couldn't put it in because of their bad fucking attitudes. If you're here and if you're gonna do something, you're gonna get it goddamn done. That's why we're here again. That's why we're here, because those people will not make the commitment to the project to get it fucking done. So what I do is I get rid of the mutineers, start kicking ass, call numbers and saying, hey pirate ship crew, I'm the only one with the map, okay? No one gets any footage, no one gets anything done. I have written agreements that I can use your image or likeness any fucking way I want. I gotta get a project done. Do you want me to kill your character and make you a cocksucking homosexual? Well, if that's the kind of leverage I have to use in order to get you the fuck back in here and do what you agreed to do initially, then that's what I'm gonna do, because my job is to get the project done, okay?
You know, I've been with him from the start. It's deferred pay. I haven't seen any of it, and I don't really expect to. I never expected to see any of it, you know, because I thought, you know, we started it, we finished it. If he ever, you know, makes something of it and makes some money with it, fantastic. You know, I might see a little bit, you know, later on. But I told him a long time ago that when I go to North Carolina for my family reunion, that's going to be it for me. And he's obviously got me going for another 2 months with the thought of if I don't cooperate, damn it, then my character turns into a cocksucking faggot or whatever.
All this stuff on the second page is not only good, it's great footage. This is stuff we've already shot that's in the can. This is how much of the project is already shot. Basically, those of you that are familiar with the script know that we have 2 tough scenes to shoot. The 2 tough scenes to shoot is the barbecue scene. And by the way, the barbecue scene is the only scene that we've already shot that's in the can that I'm happy with that we have to reshoot.
This is my boyfriend, Bruno Kilman. Bruno, this is Bobby Goldstein. Bruno, rap.
I kill, I kill, I kill and I fucking I kill. I kill and I fucking I kill and I fucking I fuck the things I kill.
Selling Kotex, condoms, and pantyhose. Decongestion, make a runny nose. It burst on the scene just like a comet. If I hear one more rap, I think I vomit. It started out as just a fluke. Forgive me now before I puke.
It looks like now, since Jeremy hasn't showed up, that we can recast Jeremy. Shane Brown back there auditioned for that part, and it looks like he may get that part. Okay, right place, right time. Sort of a coincidence, huh? Yes. All right. The only thing, he's got his shoot dates. What he doesn't have is his call time and location. So when we finalize those and lock those down, we'll have to.
What's going on with Rocky?
I don't know. He's not in the country. Why?
Who's the detective?
Rocky.
So when does he get back in the country?
He's not in any of these shots still.
Right, but you're saying that if you're going to replace Jeremy Tomlinson with this guy, that means that a whole nother round of shots are going to be done again.
I believe, and when Rocky
That's the
left,
whole movie.
That's right. And I believe when Rocky left, he'd want to do that. But if I have to reshoot the whole movie, I'll reshoot the whole movie with different people.
That's understood.
Okay.
But I need some pay. Right now, I need some pay, or I can't go through it again.
Well, okay, then you need to be replaced.
All right.
All right.
Good for you. Make me a good cocksucker. Make sure it's yours.
I know. Okay, so now we're going to replace Joe, too. Okay, but he's been problematic, so that's all right.
He's pretty much an asshole, and I don't want the abuse to carry on for another 3 fucking months. He's a fucking asshole. he's got a decent project, but he's an asshole. You know, treat actors that way, and that's the way you get it. You know, I hope he makes a good project. Thanks. Take care.
Well, we'll have to basically reshoot the film. We have to reshoot the whole movie, pretty much.
That one thing he did today causes you to shoot the whole movie?
Pretty much. I mean, if he's out, let me put it to you this way. When Jeremy didn't show up and when Joe didn't show up, that means I have to recast and reshoot all that footage. I mean, these guys don't understand this. I mean, it's just a small portion of the business to be an actor. And most actors never deal with logistics or budgets or schedules or anything like this, and they haven't a clue as to how important it is. A lot of them, I know I did before I started producing and making films, think they just show up and it all happens.
I felt frustrated for both of them because Joe's worked hard, and I'm sure he's put his heart and soul into it, and Scott, God knows, has put more than a lot of people could handle.
I don't like losing him simply because he's been stealing the show. He's been giving the best performances of anybody in the cast. So we're losing a really good star marquee player.
This don't look like no
sex slaves room.
To me.
I'll try one last time to sit him down and to tell him and rationalize, and basically, I'm not gonna beg him. I'm gonna tell him, you walk now, you have nothing.
The version that I shot and really took a lot of time with, and so did the people coming from Oklahoma City, I mean, he just threw all of that away. I mean, I spent a lot of time and a lot of money shooting that film, as did the people coming in, and he just threw it away for version 2 or whatever. I mean, we helped you. Without us, this would have not been possible.
Scott would like to present the facade that he did it all himself, that it was a one-man operation, that it was his singular vision.
This is my approach. I would rather enter this and be a strong director-producer than a weak one. I would rather be one that dictates to them, you get nothing, buddy, unless you play by my rules, than to let an actor dictate to me.
I was told that it was a photo shoot, meaning all we were going to do is take pictures, and that was it. He's never mentioned anything about a brand new film schedule. He never mentioned anything about assigning 2 new girls to fit the 2 new parts and reshooting that stuff.
Do you think he could actually
reshoot it again? No. Or yes. He likes the process of being the director, producer, star, writer, the whole, tamale. And now he's going to be cameraman.
What do you see when you see Scott Kilman?
Football coach.
A la Woody Hayes?
No, a la college football, high school football.
A good coach? Smart coach?
Very good coach. And he's a good filmmaker. And like I said, a friend of mine.
How long have you guys been friends?
And he'll get all the credit for it if it ever does get made. But if it doesn't get made, the fault does not lie with him, period. It's your fault because of this, it's your fault because of this, you and you and you are all, it's fault, everyone. And you're out. But Scott, you listen, out. So I'm out. And he's picking a new Joey Mazzetti, and he's moving on with his project. And I told him, I said, if you're picking all these new cast members, you gotta do the whole slate. You pick a whole brand new cast and do it the right way. And it was our fault it didn't work the first time, and you can do your thing the next time. I'm glad the buck stops with him. What was it? Hitchcock said actors are cattle, so, Scott sure agrees with that.
haven't auditions, casting for The Mob Crushes the Cult. I'm recasting simply because Joe Maselli had another smaller mismanagement of anger in a production meeting and walked out.
You interrupt me one more time, the dispenser gets it.
He misbehaves like a child, and he needs to write 100 times, "I will do what the director asks." There's not one director in this town, and he's acted with 5 or 6, that would work with him again because of this kind of misbehavior, as good as he is, because he also is a child. He's an ass. He's hard to work with, and he needs to understand that. Have a seat right there, Jay, if you can. Hi there. I'm going to start at the top. Let's pretend, I'm going to give you a setup, that you're just sitting there waiting for a phone to ring and you've just been told, like you do sometimes on jobs, go to this address, sit in the lobby and wait for the phone to ring. And let's just pretend that there's a phone over here, okay? And you're just sitting there waiting. I don't know if you have a watch. Check your watch. Yeah, itch yourself. Kind of sit there and wait. But in other words, just be. And we're going to let the camera roll for a minute or two. Okay?
All right.
So, we don't exist. And for a minute here, you're just going to be. All right, ready?
Yes.
And act. Have a seat right here, if you would. Let me give you a little bit of feedback. There's a shot where you're sleeping, and you're just dreaming there at night, and you're in a negligee, and you're almost hanging out, okay? And Lucifer Mesmer, who's the cult leader, is a dream jumper, and he's like just drooling over you like this, you know? And then he starts to crawl over on top of you, and then you roll over and kick him in the nards. You just woke up from a nightmare where this character, the scene I just described where he's oogling over you and stuff and you kick him in the nuts, that just happened.
And do I read it like I would on...
Yeah, in the beginning you're kind of like short of breath. It's like, help me! And then you wake up, you look around and you're awake. And then she runs in.
I'm sick and tired of not knowing what happened to Mom and Dad.
I don't even know what college you're sending me to. Tell me! Tell me, damn it!
What's the matter, you?
What's the matter me? What's the matter you?
Nothing's the matter me. What's the matter you?
Nothing matter me. What's the matter you?
What's the matter you is the name of the college you are going to. It's a small, private, Midwestern, parochial, all virgins college.
I tell you what I'm going to do. You have shown such studiousness, you know, studied your lines. You hardly needed the script. She really gave her lines to you. So you got the part.
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay. I have mixed feelings. I think that we may not have as talented a cast. It'd be harder for me as a director to direct them because I'm going to have a less experienced cast. But they're going to be a lot more excited and anxious to do it. And they're not going to give me problems. And they're going to show up. And I'm making sure they have their lines. The thing that a lot of these people did that was an absolute wrong is they do not realize who I am. I am the producer. And I think what they also don't realize is how good I am. And I think it's because their friends, they compete with me in a way and they just can't see me for what I am. And that is, I mean, Rocky has said he's a genius. He said that to people. And that's for others to say, but I feel as though I'm very good. This is my $350 car. And I drove it 3 or 4 months with a bad clutch, but then the clutch went so bad I just couldn't drive it anymore. And I just got it out of the shop, and it cost me $425 to fix the clutch, but it's misbehaving, so I may be back on the bus again. my priorities are insofar as money is going to finishing this. And that means if I have to hitchhiking or whatever, then I'll do that, because that's what I got to do. Well, remember how I said my car needed a muffler? What it really needed was a water pump and a timing belt. So I put it in this shop here, this auto outlet, to get a timing belt water pump put on it, $251, and I was driving it home, and they forgot to put coolant in it. So now it has a blown head gasket. Now you may think, well shit man, that's easy. They should repair it. They're the ones who didn't put coolant in it. Duh. Well, after our meeting with the auto dealer, I decided that the only way to get my money is to take it to small claims court. So I'm here to file small claims court to try to get my money back.
If there's just a minute possibility of him making $1 off of something, it always turns into, I'll sue him.
How much are you filing for?
$700.
It'd be $37 to file. You can use the sheriff if you like to serve the summons. However, he offers no guarantees of service. He charges $35 at the time you file. You have to pay for that.
I do believe that if you are indigent, you can have them waive court fees, but I don't think you can waive a process server fee. In other words, a process server isn't doing anything unless you pay them, and you can't even start the process until that paper's served to the other person. So basically, a truly indigent person has no recourse and no availability to the courts. You can't do anything. That really sucks. You know, it's bullshit. Well, I saw my son 3 years ago. Haven't seen my daughter in many, many years. My ex-wife has basically ruined my image to them, and I would like to improve that and get back in their lives and stuff like that.
He's told me about his son and his daughter and his wife, or his ex-wife. You know, so I know all about that relationship, but you know, he's never like said, well, you know, my daughter and the daughter in the movie, this is how it ties together. But of course, you know, you can tell that if you know Scott.
Subconsciously, or maybe even consciously, that there probably was an influence on that. You know, wanting to have interacted more with his kids or have been there, a reunion.
My daughter!
Father, I thought my father was dead. And Mother?
Well, we didn't want you to know that your father was put in prison, accused of killing your mother. Did Scott serve prison time? Yes. I don't know the specifics and why.
Now, I'm going to assault your daughter and then kill you dead.
So he hasn't seen his daughter since she was 6. You know, and she's graduated from high school this year. Is there anything more to the cult leader accosting his daughter? Yeah, there's stuff to that. He hasn't seen his kids in a long time. That would hurt, man. So, yeah.
Tell me, kid, what can you do? I mean, what's your specialty?
Specialty?
Yeah, you know, like you and I can communicate telepathically, but you gotta have something more than that. I'm afraid you're not tough enough.
You mean fight? Hurt other people?
Break legs.
What I'm talking about over here is the true meaning of the collective consciousness.
Oh, hey, now you lost me. No 3-syllable words.
You see, when I was your age, I was a little confused. It was the late 60s, early 70s. We were in Vietnam. Bobby, look at me. There's no way your generation can understand the sort of worldwide turmoil there was at the time. But you and your generation should try for a while. Don't be a sheep. Don't be afraid to share your thoughts. Only the insecure are threatened by thoughts.
He pieced that thing together really well because he did not have his lines at all.
What I'm talking about is, I don't fucking know.
The true energy of the cosmic consciousness.
Yeah. Fuck. We're gonna keep going.
The collective family.
What I'm talking about...
Take after take after take. And we're driving down this road. And then cut, stop, do it again. Driving down the road. And I guess the parts where he was really just like going up is when he, you know, cuts off to the car scene. Scott has been, he ran around saying how unprofessional this actor was or how unprofessional that actor was, and he did it himself, you know, and so he had really no room to talk about it.
That's the number one thing. If you're a beginning actor and you want to act, learn your lines.
I've been there when the threats were made against him. He included a threat to shoot him between the eyeballs with his gun and to put this town at ease to get rid of the slime ball.
He needs to take a chill pill, sit back and relax. I'm gonna ruin you in this town. You mean the town that you ran for city council and got 2% of the vote? That town? You're gonna ruin me in that town? You and your 14 constituents are gonna ruin me in that town. Well, I don't care because I never aimed to be big in Tulsa.
I have been, unfortunately, shot at twice, and I know what it's like to be in that condition.
And he puts on this act as though he's this kind, gentle, loving, understanding old man, but, you know, I've seen the other side of him, and it's not at all what he appears to be. It's all an act.
He and I had some differences, but it's nothing that's involved with the public at all. And it really doesn't even have anything to do with the movie.
What would it have to do with?
Well, that's something as a gentleman I wouldn't get into.
Oh, it has to do with the personal
well, yeah,
thing?
that's something that hasn't been discussed with anybody but Scott.
I've been on the phone with Rocky when he has said things about Scott that are unrepeatable. That I don't give a damn fucking what that motherfucker does, because I'm so motherfucking mad at that motherfucker that I want to take my gun and shoot that motherfucker's head off. Idiot, blah blah blah, night stalking, low life, scumbag. I mean, he just used words like that to describe Scott, and he said, and I don't give a motherfucking whether you tell him or not. As a matter of fact, why don't you tell him so that we can just go and take our guns and shoot each other, and if I get killed, what doesn't matter, because he says if I kill him, it doesn't matter, my life's almost over anyway.
Do you take that death threat seriously?
I think there's a possibility. He does have a gun, he's towards the end of his life, and he's an unhappy old man.
This is a contract for reinstatement to project. It's a list of problems that we've had with actors that Scott feels that needs to be addressed.
What does the contract say?
Basically, it says that you're not going to cause problems. You're going to have your lines. You're not going to miss your dates. You're not going to create a problem. You're not going to talk bad about the director behind his back. If there's any one person you had to pin most of the blame on for this not getting done, it's first is Jeremy, followed by Rocky, followed by Joe. While you've been gone, let me fill you in on what's been going on. We scheduled a photo shoot here and called Jeremy. I called Jeremy, Arlene called Jeremy. He just was like unavoidable, or he was not accessible, you know, and shit. So I got this project to make, and I decided I needed to get rid of him if we were going to finish it.
So basically you need to reshoot the scenes that he was
Yeah.
Got somebody to do the job that can carry it and
I do.
show up?
Yeah, I found a guy.
Is Joe in? I'm in?
Yeah, Joe's in.
Well, let's do it.
Joe's in, Joe's out, Joe's in, Joe's out, Joe's
No, I
in. Yeah, I just want to get rid of the negatives and make sure we're going on a positive, and we're actually going to even entitle it "The Mob Crushes the Cult."
Okay. Well, you know, I'm real dedicated to getting this done and having a good product. Have been from day one. I'm primarily I guess an entertainer. Primarily, have been a musician all these years.
One reason I decided not to even let them see or go over the forms is I was afraid it would have a negative effect. And since I was satisfied after talking to them that they were going to be all positive, I decided it would not be beneficial to the project to show these forms or to have them write out these forms, because I'm satisfied that they are not going to be problematic in the future. Now we have a direction to go. Now I know who is involved, who is cast, every last person, so now I can proceed and make a shooting schedule.
You wanted to sign up for the Youth and Family Center?
Yes.
Okay, would you like to have a seat?
Sure.
So, we've never been videoed before when we're doing this, so this is really new.
Yeah, I have now.
So, are you a star that we don't know about?
I've done a couple movies. I'm making a movie now that I think will make me.
Wow. So what movies have you been in?
Naked Gun with Leslie Nielsen.
Really?
I was a baseball player in that.
Scott is like an extra in this baseball game of this movie. There's this scene where Scott steps up and goes, "What?"
And he hung up between first and second. What the hell you think you're doing? Hey, you're not supposed to do that.
Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime. So Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? Everybody, oh Lord, won't you buy me?
Years ago, I thought I was close to my family simply because I didn't argue with them. I didn't argue with them in general because I took it. I just took their crap. You know what I mean? And then I started standing up for myself, and they didn't know how to act on that. And then it just got to a point where they always tried to make me feel inferior. I remember when my mom went to the play, I did, and I was starring in it. And she came up, and I could just feel her negative energy from the front row. And it took me 2 to 3 seconds, which seemed like 20 to 30 seconds for me to get my first line. But I just made a dramatic pause, and I just focused, and I gave it. It was really dynamic performance from me. And when I finished the play, we got, I could tell they were really responding to me. It was the first time I did that. And she came up to me after the play, and she says, "I'm so proud of you. When you first came out, I just knew you were going to screw up."
He wants a window done for our next one of our scenes that we're going to reshoot, and I'll be starting that tomorrow. It's a stained glass window. And he's given me the idea, I've done the research, and I'm going to be starting it using marker pens on drafting film.
The piece of art was going to be what looked like a stained glass window picture of Saint Abstentius, the holy saint of What's the Matter You.
He tells me, he gives me a general idea of what he wants, and then he lets me go with it. And I appreciate that respect that one artist has for another. You ready?
Yes.
Oops.
You're not. Dang.
Abstinentia. That's the Latin.
Perhaps she's not the artist for this piece of work. I had a meeting with Arlene yesterday, and she has committed herself to doing this play with Stuart Bird, this corporate play they're doing Friday night. And we're shooting this weekend Saturday morning, 9 o'clock is our call time. And she's on the technical crew, and she's going to be very tired.
Well, you and Diane are going to be at the party, and you won't be at your best on Saturday, so you won't be able to do the shoot. Diane is a busy girl. She's busy all the time. She can do what she has to do. I said, I may be tired on Saturday, but I'll be able to do what I have to do.
Plus the fact that they're rehearsing all week, so she's not going to be available to do a lot of the things that I wanted her to do, and she has a vehicle and I don't.
To demand somebody stay home from a paying gig because you want them to be making the phone calls because you don't want to take the responsibility to do the work that you were supposed to have done in the first place is immature and I think a bit childish.
He takes turn basically jamming someone that's involved with him down. For instance, right now the flavor of the week is Arlene.
As far as if Joe thought that he was trying to scapegoat me, I think he's right.
It just always seems like this every fucking time, man. Every fucking time I bring someone in that I'm just sure is going to be a big asset and a big help and really help out, and every fucking time I'm let down.
I've seen what Scott has been trying to pull on me, and I realized that there could have been a real good reason for why Rocky wanted to have it out with Scott, because he was making life difficult for him the way he has made it difficult for me.
If you see something that's brilliant and you read it and you go, man, this is some funny shit, this can really make some money, and you sign a contract to go in and do it, you better do it like you're making money.
He's always going on about, I am so good, this is so good, this film's so damn effing good, you know, because I have such good ideas, and he's always I.
Oh yeah, I'm very scared about this weekend. We're not ready. Wednesday night is get ready, get Arlene, get the things done. I hope I don't scream and yell at her because I'm to that point.
He wants to come out smelling like the good cheese and everybody else is the bad cheese. And that's his own little game. And unfortunately, I think both Rocky and I, and probably Joe too, knows that it's not working.
Who are you tonight?
See what I mean? So you can ask your hand by
Yanish. I was told we aren't shooting tomorrow because A, for the weather, and B, that we had lost an actress and he was not able to find another one.
You believe it?
I believe that Scott dropped the ball on this one. That he knew, he was afraid 2 weeks ago that she wasn't going to do this thing, and he didn't look then for another person. Do I think this project's going to get finished? I'm beginning to have my doubts.
I have 10 things going on. I have to have a meeting with Arlene and call everyone about give them shooting dates all the essentials, times, and locations this weekend. Our backs against the wall. We have to shoot all these days, all these scenes. The benefits and things that have happened is Diane owns a camera, Jeff Williams operates it, and we've been able to use them for $100 a weekend, saving us $75 a weekend on the camera. We don't have the money, and people are hitting us at the last minute for more money than we originally agreed on. This is the kind of shit that a producer has to go through at every level.
Scott, what does their camera go up to grand total?
It went up to 200. Then they backed down to 150. It's like this. They want $100 for utilities and stuff. Well, you show me a house that costs $100 for utilities. Don't they understand? I ride a bike. My car's broken down. I have no fucking money. You hit me for more money. You're not going to get it. But what you will get is you'll get gone and you won't be on the project. Diane said, I want to help you out. No, Diane, I want to help you out. But I can't help you out if you don't listen to me. Because Scott doesn't play games like other people. We do it my way or we don't do it. That's all there is. By setting a precedent now, and if this thing gets shown in the future, actors that work with me will understand you're fortunate to be here, okay? Don't rock the boat, don't cause problems, just show up and act. So I'm not going to tolerate this bullshit. I'm just going to move on, find someone else. That's what you do. I have a good feeling we're not going to have a shoot. And, you know, it's going to be on my terms. I want to get Diane over here and let her look at my fucking place. Hey, Diane. How you doing? Tomorrow I get paid a couple $100 from Toys R Us, and that's my shitty ass apartment rent. That's my rent money.
Okay.
So it's like I have to spend my rent money, and not even as much as I had before. I had like $200. And that's my budget now for the weekend. Now renting that equipment for $175 or $150, I don't have the $100 for your mom's house. And coming in last minute, it's just one more factor,
Don't
you know.
worry about it. Let's just get it done. What do you have that you can pay me for the camera in the house? I mean, just total. What is it?
About $150.
Okay.
You know, and that's it. So it's the sort of thing where I have everything else going on. I don't need that.
Let's just do it. I know how you feel. So,
yeah.
whatever.
But my situation also is, look at where I live. Look at my method of transportation. I can't have people upping me $100. It just, it's like, it's canceled. That's where we stand. So, if we're in agreement, there's no need to harp on and go any further. Okay? I'm sorry, people. Things have to be done. Move my dick out of the way. All right.
We haven't gotten started. We've got a bad start because some guy who's running the camera brought the wrong tape. Or Scott bought the wrong tape for his camera, so we're waiting on this guy. Hurry up and wait. I mean, that's part of the game.
How are you feeling about today?
Nervous. We're gonna shoot. I'm not really in the mindset where I feel real assertive insofar as forcing things. I think today is going to be more a matter of getting through them and getting used to each other. Let me go over my lines. I haven't had the chance yet. Our first shot will actually be you guys' facial reactions. This will be a static shot. It'll be easy to do as soon as Jeff gets here. Then I'll approach. Hey, Jeff. Hey. We're right here. Okay. We'll give you a couple minutes to get set up there. You have the tripod and everything now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we want to go ahead and listen to the instructions.
We've already got this shot of me coming down the stairs. I come down the stairs, I get faster and faster and faster. Then towards the end where it's blocked, I stumble and we hear a lot of crashing noises and shit like that. and then I come out the door.
That's him.
No, it's like this. That's him. That's him!
Okay.
Wait! Here comes somebody.
That's him. That's him.
Once I'm done here as an actor, I'm wrapped for the day. And then it'll be just directing you guys. And then these are props.
Oh, awesome.
That's for a scene on the carousel.
Do I get to wear these?
It's like, have you seen Goodfellas? Have you seen Goodfellas?
Goodfellas.
There's a scene where they think they're being watched, and they are, surveillance. So they're walking down the street smoking cigarettes to block their mouths so they can't read their lips. So these guys are paranoid that they're being watched.
All right, I got some wax buck teeth and lips and candy cigarettes.
I got the teeth.
I got the cigarettes.
Step into my office.
Well, you guys act like you've done this before. Somebody is soon to be released from incarceration, and he wanted to see if him and her could be trusted so they could help stop that guy, who Detective Virgil Purity here believes is the leader of said satanic cult that is out to seduce she into the cult. Now, let's concentrate on the task at hand, which is to pick up somebody, which we ain't gonna do if we don't get a move on and get off this stupid kiddie ride.
I can't, it's like Fellini. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's just, it's
Love
like
it.
really unique. I mean, it's just like, when
Can't
I
wait
look
to
at
see
that,
it.
just the visuals just makes me start fucking laughing. I think so far it's going well. Some of the terms Jeff is using, some of the terms I'm using are somewhat different, so I'm having to try to get rid of the fear of sounding stupid and go, what do you mean by that? So that at least I know what we're talking about when we're talking about shots. Oh yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know POV's a term, someone's point of view. Couldn't be her POV because she's knocked out, so that wouldn't work. He's going to be watching the door, so he's going to be looking out. So the scene will probably be, God, this is going to be tight.
He smacked him hard. There was a moment there where it was like, are you okay? Everyone's like, stop, wait, is he okay? And that's just, that's wrong. That's just, that does not happen. That's just like, that's not right. It shouldn't have happened. And we should have stopped and looked after the man, but no, Scott just kept it going, kept it going.
So we come here this morning, basically make a long story short, Jeff didn't show up. He claims I gave him an 11 o'clock call time. Him and Diane kind of had a little falling out. She worked as mediator. We went down, picked up the camera, but he's not going to shoot anymore. He claims, as he was told, it was 150 a day, which no one ever told him that.
We were supposed to rent the camera out for 150 for the weekend, but that was just misunderstood, so he thought it was 150 per day. So that was one little glitch.
So basically, he's not here, and I'm operating a camera I've never operated before. I'm trying to check picture from yesterday's shoot. All the batteries are down. He didn't leave the batteries in last night, knowing he has a shoot, even if it's 11 o'clock. Arlene?
Yes.
Come here. If we can't use that camera, you're going to make calls to Canada, to everybody. There's nothing else we can do. We can't accomplish this.
It's quite a bit. Mm-hmm.
Especially with these delays.
Yeah.
We cannot
might as
get
well
it
say
done.
we can't. Okay.
So my question is whether we ought to even proceed, because in my mind, I'm going right here. I've spent some money like on the extra tape I had to buy yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And some little unexpected things that I'm not going to be able to pay my rent. I'm probably going to get evicted. So what we're talking about is the possibility here of canceling the whole thing. Because I'm not even going to have a phone or a place to live. And I'm not a guy that knows what quit is, but you know, when you don't have a place to live and you don't have a phone, you have to quit.
Hello, Bill.
I have a question for you.
What's your question, sir?
Could we use your camera?
What we want.
This time, people, when you're doing your lines, don't think of them as lines. Think of them as thoughts and reactions. And it'll probably be easier for them to come to you. If you think of, and make them your own, they don't have to be verbatim. If you have something very similar, that's okay. Go ahead and run them with them one more time.
Speak up, we can't hear you.
Oh, that's a nice Woody, Bruno. Look at Bobby's Woody.
No, thanks. No, it's more like this. Oh, that's a nice Woody!
You got it right.
Oh, that's a nice Woody. Bobby, look at Bruno's Woody. No.
Food good.
It's blood red.
Very good.
The final scene that we've tried to shoot here 3 times seems to have been the scene that broke our backs.
Completing the project is one of the most important things at this point. It's just a starting point, a process, and a finish. You know, beginning, middle, and end is all I'm looking for. And I have been tasting that end for a long, long, long time. And it looks like it's happening.
With the bottom of page.
Paying off some bets. Buffalo, wasn't it?
Accused of killing your mother.
Accused? Indisputable truth.
The camera is going to move and follow those 3. Okay? Post-production, to remind me to get a sound bite.
We had some of our actors arrive late because they had the original call time, and Scott changed around the scenes that he wanted to do and didn't tell me.
Changing it again?
Let me see yours. Yeah, I was going to change it again too.
We came in and started a new cast, and everyone's been thrown together. I mean, this is the first time I've seen today, which is the ending of the movie, first time I've seen some of these people for the very first time. For instance, the girl that's playing Anne-Marie, who's supposed to be my niece, never met before.
I'm thinking most of the action is going to happen, have the door facing the stage
Okay, so
here.
we're going to turn this thing into 90 degrees.
Yeah. All I need you to do is jump in Jupiter and make jumping noises and laugh. Well, we're right here at the end. We're just about to do the fight dance. And that's like the last scene, and we're out of here. We got better coverage than we did the first time, but we're right there at the very end. Around, like her tits. Okay. When he's doing this, you're not making any reaction.
Okay.
Go, oh, you know, act like you don't like it. Okay, let's do another take 2. I was moving, that was my fault, people.
I went ahead and, to make sure that we had the shoot go this weekend, that I went ahead and ordered up the camera and all of the equipment for the weekend so that we would be guaranteed of a shot. There were certain filters that we needed, a red filter, blue filter, and a soft warm filter so that our skin tones would come out and matching the previous film shot.
We used the red filter downstairs, we used the blue filter for our day for night. We're not using the magenta filter because this morning when I was shooting, I dropped the camera and broke it.
I had not heard that the camera was dropped. I hope it wasn't dropped.
Yes, the camera was dropped and was broken. So.
And I certainly hope it wasn't dropped on cement. If the camera was dropped, that would be really very upsetting with me.
Because this is where you're going to be working and editing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Believe me, man. This is great. I love having this. I'm starting a new phase. I have it here where I can work on it. Like today, there's no way I could get down there to edit it because I'm without a car and I have to take the bus. There's a shot in Rocky's car I'd like to reshoot because of continuity problems.
What was wrong with the continuity?
I'm like this, and we shot it kind of first, and then with so many things doing so many things later on in the movie, I have the mutton chops.
To someone that like is really watching, they'll be like, oh look, he's got sideburns. Oh, now is that a goatee? No sideburns. Sideburns, sideburns, no sideburns. You know, this guy has amazing rejuvenation of the hair follicles. Wow.
I'm trying to work with Milton. Now the problem is Milton just will not let me use a camera.
By the way, at this moment, we've been advised, so I can tell you that I am going to record this thing because I have to.
No, that's fine. I want my difficulties with this system to be documented.
That's good. Okay, we're cool.
And Brady's here now as a witness for me.
That's excellent.
What I have here is a car with no gas. I have an iMac, I have a Mac store, I have these tapes here, but I have no camera. Milton has the camera. In order for me to, I don't even want to get into it, god damn it. I've been running my fucking ass silly, trying to make up for the fact that this guy will not lend me a camera that he already owns in order for me to fulfill my contractual obligations to him and myself. He's being absolutely belligerent. I've talked to a lawyer last night, and he showed him the contracts and stuff, and, you know, I think that's where we're going to end up. I don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. I need some help here on this end.
And that's the thing with Scott. You know, it's like once it's done, it's done. Now I don't need you for that anymore. You're an ass.
You know, you don't have to do it.
Okay.
I'll return your stuff. I just want to copy off what I've already done.
Okay. Well, you have the right
that.
to it, Scott. Absolutely, until Friday night at midnight.
I'm like on the verge of a nervous breakdown, and you come to me, and I consider it harassment in the middle of my class. If you want to talk,
we wanted to meet you as soon as we could.
On camera, didn't you say that you wanted this?
Okay.
I thought you asked for this.
I asked for the camera. I do not recognize that you fulfilled your obligations. Look,
okay.
It's just a bad time, man.
That's all right.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have gotten it yet, but pretty soon, you're an ass.
It's gotten so bad that it's like, I really don't give a fuck how you portray me. I just want my project done. So then I had a brainstorm. I have a friend that's doing a documentary. He's going to be doing a documentary on me, and we've already done 1 or 2 interviews here, because I feel as though anything I say about you guys isn't going to end up in your version. And if you want legs, baby, the legs on a project is me. I'm the legs. Because I'm a very unique person, and I'm very strong-willed, and I'll get it done. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do, now I'm more able now at this point to do a better interview with Milton than with Bill, but you know, if Bill tries to interview me, I'm just going to go, what do you think? Well, that's your opinion. Yes, no, maybe. You get answers like that. But me on my project, on my documentary, I might talk about all sorts of things. The difficulty, the post-production stuff in particular. That's where we are. I just don't feel the artist, and I know that I'm doing unique work, and I know I'll do a lot more work. It'll be portrayed in a more honest way with me. Because guess who has the final edit? He does. Do you think he's going to edit anything in that I say bad about him? Fuck no. But it'll be in mine. You know, Tulsa just happens to be where I'm at, so don't hold it against me, all right? I have original ideas. I have concepts. I'm worth millions. And I want someone that can see that, is willing to lay out the money and back off and let me do my fucking thing. I mean, that's all. It's that easy. I spent 3 years of my life on this thing, and I've spent probably I've added it up, 560 hours I estimate on that, and it's just like someone just threw paint on the Mona Lisa. Shock reality, or this reality type stuff, is what you're doing just because you don't have an idea.
And it's what's hot, and it's what's going on. Okay? But stop exploiting me or deliver. Because by contract, if you have a project, I have a project. And you're giving mine legs by sitting there, shaking your head, and not doing anything. Okay.
What is that?
That's basically an ultimatum. Either pay me the bill and the money you owe me, or I withdraw from your project.
Okay. And this is the bill then?
That's the bill.
Okay. Right there.
This has been going on for 5-6 months. I'm sick of it. I'm starving. You guys need to pay me. Look, I have 30 or 40 people that have worked on this project. I'm going to send them to your door.
So is it,
I'm going to send them to Bill's door.
You're not able
I'm
to
tired of
complete
this
you're not
bullshit.
able to complete your project because of us.
Yes, you guys are directly in the way of progress, and we have a contract for you to finish it.
For us to finish your project or finish our documentary.
Yes. And in the beginning, you guys were totally supportive. And then when I needed more and more, and I started saying, I need this, I need a camera. All I needed was a camera and a different program than Premiere, like I asked for, and you guys did not do that. That's why I called you over and over. That's why I called Bill over and over. But if you'd been responsible, if you had listened, if you had gotten your camera back from Rod and got it to me, if you'd done any of those things, we wouldn't be here now. And I wouldn't be doing this. Are you happy you've done those things? Because it's not over, Milton. It's just starting.
Okay.
I think a lot of people, and probably this was true for me in the beginning and probably still is to some extent, is people are looking for acceptance and to be liked and to be an actor and for people to look at your work and go, ooh, man, that's really cool. Oh, I feel your pain, man.
You know, I think he's got this idea that if in a perfect world he would have been one of the greats. You know, he would have been a Coppola, he would have been a Spielberg, he would have been one of these guys if things had just been a little bit different.
I would say the downfall of this movie is Scott Kilman's fault.
Incredible. It has been an incredible journey.
It was a new challenge for him, and you know, so he took the challenge and took a lot of people along with him. You know, along for the ride.
Action.
It's just not the same without music.
And cut.
Hey, Quickie, why are you walking that way? Because I just got out of jail.
Why is that?
Because I'm crazy. Crazy because I'm doubling your down payment, doubling your trade-in, doubling the obnoxious energy till you get your lard ass out of here.
Land and bring it across that way. You see what I'm saying?
Follow the eerie music.
lot of weird things have been going through my mind.
What's going on in here?